It's been amazing. I've connected really well with all of the girls. I've become close friends with all of them. It's great because there's really no drama on the team, so the team dynamic is just amazing all around. It was weird, going home since I only got to spend a couple months with them, but we all stayed in touch. A lot of FaceTime, Zoom meetings, so when I came back, it felt like I never left. So it's been great so far.
That was gonna be, I guess, kind of touches on my next question of how do you gel when you're a new player coming in a team in the sport like volleyball, where it's so much communication based. How do you work your way into that in a world where you can't? There's not as much in-person practicing as maybe there usually would be.
Right. I think just staying in touch with everybody. My closest friend on the team, Caitlin, I was living in the dorms with her, and she was really close with everybody else on the team. So it was pretty easy to branch out and connect with people from other classes just through her. And then when we were all quarantined, during the pandemic and couldn't come back, it was just the same kind of thing. Just staying in touch, FaceTiming. We had accountability partners, so we could stay in touch with a different person each week. And keep up on workouts and stuff like that. So it was weird, but it wasn't difficult, and it was just easy for everyone to stay connected, just all together. So.
What do you think your role is going to be on the team this year? Obviously, they lost Emily Hill last year, who
Yeah.
was one of the best outside hitters in the country, not Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come in, and then where do you think you fit in?
I think I fit in pretty well. I have great chemistry with everybody on the court just because we're all so close. And I was worried about, transferring later as a sophomore and then having to form these connections with girls and then for it to transfer onto the court while we're playing. But it really hasn't been an issue. Both the setters and I have great connections, and it wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. Everyone's super welcoming, super willing to help me get accommodated to how practice works, how game days work. So I feel like I fit in pretty well because they help a lot.
What was your overall summation of the first weekend, how you guys played? Obviously, sweet to start, and then got off to a good start second match, and then West Virginia kind of went on that three-set run.
Yeah. I think it was a pretty good weekend overall. I think we played really good volleyball. Our main issue was just defending the middle, and that's something we're going to be working on for sure. But I think it was a good opening weekend for the team, for me to be with the team, and I'm glad I got to experience winning with them before moving on with the rest of the season and losing with them, because now we know what to fix and how to improve going on to the rest of the season. So.
How much do you know about Iowa State? Obviously, this is a team that maybe 90% of the teams are already familiar with, but you're kind of having to learn on the fly, not having seen them and having pretty little game tape on them.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult, but watching film and just hearing what the other players have to say, since they have obviously played Iowa State before, I'm just gonna have to work with what I hear and what I see, and then obviously when I play with them day one, it'll get me more prepared to play with them again for the second day. So that'll help.
In a COVID world, it's one thing to have matches at home. Have they given you an idea of what a road trip is going to look like in a world where everything's got to be kind of planned out to the most finite details?
Right. It's definitely gonna be interesting to see, just traveling with this team and with all of the everything that's going on, what precautions we're gonna have to take. I have no idea so far, but it's definitely gonna be interesting to see moving forward.
Yeah, I'm really happy with how we played. Offense was good. We were pretty clean. We sided out at a really high rate. It was frustrating to not get 2 wins because we played pretty darn good, and I thought we played even better the second day than the first day. But we saw West Virginia really clean their stuff up. They gave us a lot of points that first match that we didn't get in the second match, and they dug everything. And so there were so many points that we thought were going down, and then they just weren't. And so you got to give them a lot of credit for their defense. And then they got into a good flow with their offense too. And so it was a really competitive weekend. But it's hard. I'm disappointed we didn't get 2 wins, but I can't be too upset because we really did play good ball.
First weekend of a back-to-back sort of volleyball format. Live up to your expectations? Was a little bit different than you thought?
No, I liked it. It was about what we thought it was going to be. Team had good energy the second day. It wasn't hard to get them ready. They were exactly where we wanted them to be that way. The prep was good. A couple of our players hit a little bit of a wall like we were expecting, and we got them out of there. And then, but it seemed like everybody we brought in off the bench did a good job too.
Now you got Ames and Iowa. It's one thing in this world to kind of have a home match. What have they kind of given you in terms of expectation for what a road game is going to look like in terms of travel? Travel is so different nowadays too, and everything that goes in with that.
For us, it's just going to be keeping our circle small. We talk about these inner bubbles that we're all in, and this will be the first time that we're really getting outside of that bubble. And so, we got to be smart and safe and do all the right things, but we've been pretty good about all that up to this point. So, I think there's just going to be a lot more control over, our environment more than anything. But, the game itself will be exactly the same.
Thoughts on Iowa State?
Yeah, good team. We're pretty familiar with them. A lot of returners. And I don't think there's going to be a lot of surprises there like there was week one with West Virginia. We're pretty familiar with these guys. And they brought more players back than West Virginia did. So, I think we're feeling pretty good just about what we're up against. And so the unknown may not be there, but we're up against a really good team. So it'll be a tough weekend.
Reagan talked about how well she's kind of gelled as being one of the new girls to come in to the team. That first week, obviously you can see as much as you want during practice, but you don't see how well they truly gel until that first game. How'd that go in terms of the way the communication, especially with some of the new transfers that came?
Yeah, I thought all of them have done well. Reagan and Samantha came in January, so we had a little bit of time with them before we got shut down. And then one of our freshmen, O'Brien, was with us too. And so it's really just been Reese and Mac who were here just in August. But every one of these players have done such a good job of putting themselves right in the middle of things and not being shy and letting us get to know them. And so, the chemistry within the group is really good. And, but for Reagan especially, when you're a transfer, you're looking for a fresh start and you're wanting to start over and you just want to have an opportunity. And so for her, it's been really cool to see her take full advantage. And, we could all see the talent and, kind of what her ceiling was. And then once she figured some things out, I think sky's the limit for that kid.
How big was this weekend in terms of not only getting some volleyball under your feet, but getting some close volleyball under your feet? I think,
Yeah.
Like six of the, or yeah, 5 or 6 of the games came down to like 2 or 3 points?
Yeah, there were some really close ones, and I think a lot of it was each team was able to make some runs in a lot of those sets to tighten it up or to steal those sets. And so, I think that's exactly what you're looking for early on. You want to get battle tested and, show that you can get yourself out of some jams and problem solve on the fly. And so, those things will pay off big time for us as we move on.
Biggest, improvement you want to see from week 1 to week 2?
Yeah, I'd like to see us get a little bit more balance with our offense. Our outside hitters carry a little bit more of that load, and then maybe score a few more points off our serve.